All right, let's get it.
Recording.
You, what up, though?
What up, bro? We back in.
I can't call it. Yeah. Let's keep it a C note today. How you feeling?
Listen, man, I'm always good. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to get at the people. You know what I'm saying? Some cats been getting at me on IG about my top 10 and my Nas pick and all that. So, I'm going to give them some more hate.
Hey, listen, my pop called me like, why would you say Marshall Faulk is better than Barry Sanders? I was like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to explain it to him what I meant. He was grinding me up. Then I put Roger Craig. I'm trying to explain to him, like, listen, these guys did more than one thing. He said, you want a running back or a scat back? I'm like, okay, OJ.
So you still got that old school mentality with it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Like I said, Barry, my guy. Overall, I had to go Marshall, and so I got to take what comes with that.
I can't hate it. So what's
on the agenda?
Barry, you know what I'm saying? And since my man Barry ain't win a ring, I wanted to ask you.
Right.
We're gonna start off with football. Let's start off with football. Who is your top player to never win a ring?
Oh, that's Barry. That's Barry Sanders. Yeah, it's Barry Sanders. Not win a ring, not win too much in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Barry Sanders is the best player. Like, if Barry Sanders had a ring right now, even with Marshall Faulk doing all that stuff, I'd put him at number one.
Okay.
But Barry is the greatest player to not win a running back. And he retired. Win a chip. He retired early because the franchise ain't even want to help him.
Yeah, he knew he wasn't gonna get that ring. He got out. Yeah.
So I'm going Barry.
Dan Marino.
Ooh.
Yeah. See, Dan Marino was my favorite non-Eagle growing up. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Randall was my man and everything like that. But
right.
Dan Marino put up so many stats with so many different receivers, so many different coordinators, coaches, all that kind of stuff. Like, he had so many people come and go, and he never had the team to stick. He got close one time early in his career and never got back. But dude was a baller, like a cannon. Like, real talk, if Dan Marino played in this NFL, he would own every record, and they would probably never be broke.
Yeah, I could believe that.
You know what I mean? Because you can't touch the receivers and all that. My man could fit into a window this big. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
right.
I don't feel like he could be touched on that tip. All right, so let's pivot over to basketball. Who's your guy that didn't win a ring?
That's easy. Elgin Baylor.
Ooh.
For sure. Rest in peace, Elgin Baylor. Yeah. Elgin Baylor hold the record for points in the NBA Finals. That guy has 61 points and 22 rebounds. He's been to the finals 5 times, and the only thing that stopped him was them Boston teams. He was hanging in the air and all that before Jordan. Before Jordan was doing all that, he was Mr. Spectacular. Like, you go back and watch some of that guy highlights. He was a guy. He was a guy. I would say him, Elgin Baylor.
Yeah, shout out to Elgin. Rest in peace. He really was. He was a trendsetter. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was, like we say, you know what I'm saying? He was original trendsetter. Like, he made the game. Yeah, it was flashy, but he made it fundamentally flashy, if that's even a word. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
He knew how to play the game for the fundamentals, but I'm gonna put a little stank on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hang in the air, grind on you, and I'm gonna give you buckets from the outside. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a good choice.
He was like 6'5", and listen, and he was like 6'5".
Right, he wasn't that big of a dude. Well, back then he was kind of tall, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he was only 6'5". But let me give you an honorable mention before you give me yours, because a lot of people be saying Malone a lot because he lost twice to Mike in the finals. But I'm gonna say Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing is one of them players that Mike stopped from getting a ring that should have got a ring.
Yeah.
He would be my honorable mention
for the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? I got my Sixers left, so I gotta hate the Knicks, but I give Pat respect. Like, if you talk about anybody getting done dirty, in the final, in the semifinals and all like that, is definitely Patrick Ewing. Like some of his teammates came up small as hell in a lot of them series that kept him from the chip. That's a good
and just think the year that he finally make it to the chip with the Knicks, with Cam being Latrell and all of them, he was hurt.
Yep. How about that? Damn,
and he was already done. When he did go to the chip that one year when they lost to Olajuwon, they said he was hurt that year too. Yeah. Because if you go back and look at it, I seen an interview with somebody from that played on the Knicks was like Patrick Ewing used to torch Olajuwon. I went back and looked at some of the stats, and Patrick Ewing used to get out on Olajuwon.
Yep.
Like he used to give Olajuwon work.
You know, it's crazy. They're almost mirror images of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like they had the post game, the outside game. They could both handle well for big men, and they're gonna beat you inside and out. And Patrick defended. He didn't defend as well as Olajuwon, but he defended. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Olajuwon a little bit more mobile.
Yeah, yeah. My honorable mention is my man that got me really into basketball, Charles Barkley. You know what I'm saying? I grew up a Chuck fan. You know what I'm saying? I hate the fact that every time you see Charles Barkley on a picture or anything like that, they got that Phoenix Suns logo behind him, like he wasn't here for like 7 years before that. That pisses me off. But it's like Chuck did everything for all of them teams. And the fact that he came in the year after they won the chip, like you just watch your teammates at a parade and you was this close a couple times and couldn't get it done. That, man, listen. And them teams that Barkley was on was terrible. So for him to not get a ring, that's sad for me. That's my honorable mention. But
and listen, hold on. Funny you mentioned Barkley, because when I was talking to my dad about some of the I was talking about Barkley draft, and he said that Barkley really exceeded expectations. He said because he was so small coming out of college, nobody thought he was really going to be good in the NBA. So he kind of like he one of them stories. He shocked everybody. I thought he was just the man from the gun bus. I thought he was the man from the gun bus. My dad was like, no.
Nah. When Barkley came out of college, Barkley was, they looked at him like, where do we play? Like he's 6'4". He could jump out the building, but he's 6'4". Then, right before the draft, he ballooned up to like 315 pounds. So now he's fat and he's short. So what we gonna do with him? You know what I'm saying? So when he finally got it together, started when the old heads got with him, he was like, listen, man, this is where you're gonna be. If you want to win, you're gonna put the work in. If you're not, get out the league. He got it together and started killing cats. Like Barkley could beat you from everywhere. And what's crazy, and one thing that my father always talked to me about is that Barkley, when he shot the ball, he always followed his shot for the offensive rebound. Right. So you would see him shoot it and lean in, and he's running for the ball. I'm like, yo, that's big for somebody that's 6'4" to be skying over dude 6'8", 6'9" in his position. So yeah, Barkley gets big props from me. My guy, AI, man.
Oh, this is a Sixers party, huh?
Listen.
Oh, this is it. How did I not figure this one out? This is a Sixers party, huh? Oh my goodness.
Bro, we've been the stepchild of the league for forever. You know what I'm saying? But think about it. Think about what AI had to go through, bro. Look at what he had to go through. Look at who he had to carry. Look at what he had to do. He had to literally bring the city up when we wasn't doing nothing. The Eagles wasn't that good at first. The Phillies had just came off of a run for the championship and lost. I mean, no, it was a little bit after that, but
it was after that.
It was like 3 or 4 years after that. So we was like this as a city, and then you get AI, and it's like, oh, we got a little bit of hope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
6 foot, no way. He's probably like 5'10" on a good day, 140 pounds, and he was not scared of anything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dude carried a team that if he wasn't on it, would have won in everything. You dig what I'm saying? It took them far. Then he got a couple pieces, and then they started to build up, not major pieces, but role players. And then they got to the tip, and they got absolutely robbed by the Lakers. Listen, he had one more. If like we talked about, if he had Tracy McGrady on that team, I think they beat that Lakers team. And I think
he needed one more player. But listen, how about this? How speaking of that team, how about, did you see the thing that's floating through the internet that AI was voted the worst, most valuable player of the league? Out of
No.
all the MVPs, yeah, they voted him to. They say in the year that he won MVP was like he shouldn't even have won MVP basically because of the team that they had, I guess, and somebody else was cooking. I didn't really dig into it like that, but yeah, he got voted worst MVP.
Now, see, and that's the thing that people just don't dig deep. People don't go back. People like to forget the moment. Like, people don't understand that AI literally was carrying that team. Led them in steals, assists, points.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm gonna keep it a C-note with you. If AI, you take that same team that went to the finals and you take AI off of it, that team is battling for the worst record in the league, for the number one draft pick.
Absolutely.
That's a fact. That's a
Absolutely.
fact because AI kind of showed me that like Penny wasn't the same after that injury because that 1 year after Penny came back from the injury and we had like the number 3 seed that year and we played the Sixers. And AI torched those guys, man, and he knocked them off. And I'm like, damn, that made me realize like Penny wasn't Penny anymore. Like the knee injury messed him up. But AI, when I see he made dudes like Eric Snow better, Matt Geiger, even before they went to the chip, Theo Ratliff, like he was making bums rock.
Like
he was making.
My thing is, if you ask somebody that just casually watched basketball in around 99 to 2005 who Rajah Bell is, they'll look at you confused.
Right.
But AI had Rajah Bell balling, George Lynch balling, Tyrone Hill. Tyrone Hill couldn't play on nobody else's team like that. But yet
he was done.
You know what I'm saying? We had a broke down with the Dikembe Mutombo, who, by his name, he was an all-star. But at that point, he wasn't an all-star.
He was done.
He wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was done.
So that's what I'm saying. He carried probably the worst team. Yeah. No, you know what? I'll say the second worst team behind LeBron to the championship.
Okay. I was about to say.
The second worst team behind LeBron to the championship. But they were both bad. Like, both of them teams without LeBron, without AI, are last place teams.
I'm gonna keep it a C-note with you. The Sixers team was better than that Cleveland team.
Yeah.
So we can go with that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say AI is my guy. You know what I'm saying? We touched on Elgin Baylor. So I had a question for you, bro.
Right.
3 of the top big dogs in the league: Shaq, Hakeem Olajuwon, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Right.
You got to get rid of one of them. Who you getting rid of?
I'm getting rid of Olajuwon.
Ooh.
And here's the thing. Olajuwon is more fundamentally sound than Shaq, but the way I look at it is if I got to start one, either Kareem or Shaq, they was both dominant in their era. So when you bench one, the other one is still like Hakeem was more fundamentally sound, but Kareem and Shaq were more dominant. I'm gonna go with the dominant players. I'm taking it that you're not gonna go with the same thing.
I'm gonna keep it a C-note with you because that hurt. I'm gonna take, if I gotta get rid of one, I'm gonna start with one I'm gonna keep first. Number one, I'm keeping Olajuwon because I feel like Olajuwon is the best overall center to ever play basketball. Like, my man had handle, he could shoot, he could defend, he took cats off the dribble, he invented post moves that cats are still using, and my man had a quadruple double. Cats don't do that on a regular. You know what I mean? And if I'm not mistaken, he might have did it twice. You know what I'm saying? Defensive player of the year, caliber player all the time. And he carried them teams. Like, real talk, Olajuwon has never played with anybody that the caliber of the players that Kareem and Shaq played with. He's never played with anybody like a Kobe.
Whoa.
A Kobe or a Magic?
Whoa. He played with Ralph Sampson.
He played with him in the beginning.
When Ralph was the man. When Ralph was the man.
He played with him for a little while, but for the real talk, he was that. But like Ralph didn't. I feel like Ralph played long enough to get them kind of props. You know what I'm saying?
And he played with a veteran, Clyde Drexler.
He was toast by then. He was toast by then.
Listen, if you go back and look at Game 7 Western Conference, Olajuwon messed his hand up. He was struggling that game. If Clyde Drexler don't turn up, they don't go to the finals that year.
True. But if Olajuwon ain't Olajuwon, they don't get nowhere close to that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
like,
they had a killer team in 2 years.
They had
Robert Horry, Vernon Maxwell, Kenny Smith, Sam Cassell. They was loaded, bro. They was loaded.
One of them dudes is going to carry you to a championship.
But he was the best player on the team. I don't say he carried them. He was the best player on the best team those 2 years.
Yeah. But think about it. So you said all them names. Do any of them compare to Kobe and Magic?
Nah. I mean, not just because it was late Clyde. It was late Clyde.
That's what I'm saying. So, and you know, I ain't gonna say Clyde is anywhere close to Magic or Kobe, and you know how I feel about Clyde. But all right. So I'm gonna keep Olajuwon. Next, I'm keeping Kareem. Let me tell you why. I can't knock off a guy who still owns the records for scoring and invented the most dominant, unstoppable move the league has ever seen in the sky. Right. You know what I'm saying? And both of them killed the college ranks as well. You know what I'm saying? Shaq didn't stay long enough to get his business done at LSU. We all knew he was out before he got there. But
Kareem dominated.
Did it. You know what I'm saying? Like Kareem killed college. He came in the league, went to Milwaukee. He was doing work there, went to LA, finished it off. You know what I'm saying? I feel like them two are game changers. Like they've done things to change. Like I feel like Olajuwon's game is new school and old school. Like he'll bang with you in the center. He's gonna take all of the rough hits.
Well, he's from that era though.
Yeah, but I mean like, he could do it. He's doing what these cats, with the big dudes of the day are doing. Like Olajuwon, he didn't do threes, but he'll knock down a long jump shot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like he's a hybrid of all eras. I still feel like Kareem these days, even though he wasn't a jump shooter and he didn't really like handle the rock like that, I still feel like because of his game, he would still dominate, but he'd be nice.
Dominate. Listen, these dudes is soft today, man.
True.
Shaq would dominate today. Kareem would dominate today. These guys, you can't tell me none of them. David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Barkley, all those guys would dominate today.
Yeah.
Just off intimidation.
If they didn't give them like quick fouls, I feel like any center from the 90s would kill it today. You know what I'm saying? You maybe have 2 or 3 centers in the league right now that can hang with some of them. Like I feel like an Embiid could hang because he can bang when he, you know what I'm saying? He can shoot, he can bang. I feel like maybe, no, I'm not going to say Jokic. I'm not going to say Jokic because his game is too outside. He's too much of a perimeter guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So maybe a Dwight Howard could run with them back in the 90s like that. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't too many big men that could run.
Let me ask you this though. Keep it a C-note though. So what's the reason for cutting Shaq? Arguably the most dominant center ever.
It's less of a against Shaq thing. It's more of a plus Kareem and Hakeem. You know what I'm saying? It's like these dudes were so good at almost everything they did. And they had little things that they invented, like the dream shake and everything like that. Like they invented parts of the game that's still going to be there throughout time. I don't think Shaq really invented anything inside the game. Like Shaq, no disrespect, Shaq was big. That was his biggest strength. He was a big dude and he knew how to use it.
The hacker Shaq is here because of Shaq.
All right. But that's because of a negative, bro. That's because he couldn't shoot free throws.
That's because you gotta slow him down one way or another, and you just praying he missed enough free throws where they pull him out the game.
Yeah, that's true. Now I give you that. But all right, so they got
flopping. Flopping is because of Shaq.
No, flopping is because of bloody Divox getting forced by Shaq.
With Shaq. This is stuff that Shaq changed the game. You see everybody flops nowadays. That comes from Shaq abusing Bloody Divots.
Yeah.
And come on, man. Shaq is too dominant to ever get cut off the team, man.
I got to, bro. I gotta leave him off just because these dudes, like, you could turn on a Shaq highlight and you're gonna see 50 dunks.
You're gonna see jump hooks.
You're gonna see jump hooks or whatever like that. But if you cut on an Olajuwon, you're gonna see the dream shake, jump shot. I'm going to the lane.
Listen. Less is more. If all I got to do is back you down 2 times and dunk the ball, that's what I'm going to do. I don't got to shoot jumpers if I can just dunk on you every time. You see what I'm saying? Like,
that's real.
That's why you see those highlights.
I give you that.
Highlights because they can't stop him.
I give you that. But my thing is, if he ever came up against somebody his size, I think Shaq wouldn't be able to dominate like that. If you had somebody that could muscle with him, all right. But if you got somebody,
have you seen anybody yet?
No, that's real. But Olajuwon had cats his size, it still got busy.
Olajuwon is the man too. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, the only reason why I would cut Olajuwon is because he's the better all-around player than those guys. I give you that. But those 2 guys are the most dominant. And that's offense and defense. Shaq ain't going to get all them steals. He might not get all them blocks. Kareem going to get the blocks. Shaq might not get the blocks. But you're going to be scared to go in there.
It's true, because it mess you up. It mess you up. But like I said, I still got to go with Kareem and Hakeem. You know what I'm saying?
You can't go wrong with that, dog.
Yeah. So right now we got something going on with one of my favorite guys, DMX. You know, he going through some stuff. We all know what's up, how he's doing and everything like that. But I know you had a question about where his album is Dark and Hell is Hot, right?
Yeah, so look, we've been getting a lot of love on Instagram. Shout out to my man Vito on Instagram. So Vito, we gotta get him on. A little clip. Yeah, we gotta get Vito on because he debates everything. I don't know what's going on with you guys, man. I'm gonna keep it a C-note with y'all, man. Y'all thinking is crazy. And we are from the same era. You know what I mean? But it's real crazy. But here's the thing. So I was talking about the Illmatic album. We dropped the clip. I said there's no album better than Illmatic. Vito said DMX first album is Dark and Hell is Hot. It is better than Illmatic. So I just posed the question, where do you rank DMX first album on your all-time list? Top 5, top 10, top 20?
I'm going to say top 15.
Okay.
That album for me is an album I go to if I'm in the crib and I'm like, yo, I need some hypeness. You know what I'm saying? I need something that's going to really hit me like in here, like, you know what I mean? Like if I need to go work out or something like that, which I need to probably do, I'm going to put on some DMX, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't have, it has layers to it, but it's not an album where you're going to go, oh shit, okay, he's doing something different here. Okay, all right, okay. Like it was a great first album. Like he might have had one of the best debut albums outside of Nas and Jay-Z out there. But through the test of time, I don't feel
hold that thought. Hold that thought. Just because you said that, because I was thinking something earlier. Was his first debut album bigger than Pause? Was it bigger than 50 Cent's album?
The Massacre?
No, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Get Rich or Die Trying. I'm sorry. Get Rich or Die. Ooh. On a popularity thing? No. I think it should have been. I think people should have appreciated It's Dark and Hell is Hot more, but I feel like people thought Get Rich or Die Trying pop. They did. It just dropped and everybody was all about 50 that summer.
Right. So you think Is Dark and Hell is Hot is better than Get Rich or Die Trying?
I think it's a better album, yeah. I think it's a better project.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like 50 dropped everything he had in that one album. You know what I'm saying? Where you can see DMX still had more that he was going to bring to you later on. You know what I'm saying? Because real talk, some of his biggest hits ain't even from It's Dark as Hell Is Hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because my favorite song of all time from DMX, like, is Slippin'.
Right.
That's my favorite joint from him all the time. And I kind of like the second album a little bit better than the first album. Me personally.
Flesh, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like Flesh in My Flesh better. But you said top 15.
I would say, and now that I'm thinking about it, I might have to drop it down because I like Flesh in My Flesh better too.
Yeah.
I if I'm gonna listen to any DMX album full on, I'm going Flesh in My Flesh. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say top 20. Where you got it?
Yeah, I keep it a C note. He like top 20. Like I tried to freestyle off top a couple albums, but I know I was missing some. I know it wasn't better than Illmatic, Reasonable Doubt, Life After Death, Ready to Die, All Eyes on Me. Couple other joints that I don't even think it was better than it was written. Who?
Doggy Style,
The Chronic. Yeah, those albums I think all were better than, and that's not, like I said, X joint, his first joint is more like you said, joint. If I'm in a club or I'm somewhere and I want to have fun and turn up, he got that music where he could turn up. But to me, the songs that I like from X is more like the deep songs. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel those, but me personally, like I said, I think the second album is better than the first album.
Yeah, I feel like Flesh in My Flesh, it did this, the whole album. Like you didn't know where you was going. The first time you listened to the album, you didn't know where you was headed. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, where is this movie going in? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I top 20 for it, you know what I'm saying? Because his first two albums were strong.
Is he in your top 10 rappers?
No, and I had to go back and think about that. He's probably top 15 for me. Top 15. Because I had to go back and remember. I had to think about Kanye, you know what I'm saying? Because I left Kanye out of the top 10. I had to think about him and a couple of other dudes. So I put him probably.
So you got Kanye over X? I'm talking about it as not as overall talent. I'm just talking about his rapper.
Yes.
And then
lyrically, I feel like bar for bar, Kanye has is better bar for bar than DMX.
Right.
I don't feel like Kanye's projects have hit as hard as DMX's Jones have.
Right.
Like I can't name one album that Kanye has. Maybe College Dropout. That might be. Nah. Late Registration was up there. I like Late Registration better. So, but I don't think I can name an album that I would say I would put a Kanye album over a DMX album. But I feel like lyrically, Kanye is a better artist.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah. So, disclaimer too. The album I say would probably be a top 20 album. But if we're talking about impact of debut albums, I would say that is like top 5 impact, top 10 at best.
What's that?
DMX first album. Because the impact was like DMX took it back to the streets. He gave it that grimy feel. You know, Mason, Puff, and all of them was shiny this, shiny that, and everything was more pretty. And they came with the 4-wheelers, the pit bulls, and the videos, bandanas, Timbs on. You know what I mean? They made it hood again. So as far as impact, he definitely top 10, probably top 5.
Yeah, at that time, he was the boogeyman of hip hop because nobody wanted to bang with him, but everybody wanted him on the track. You know what I'm saying? If you put DMX on a track or a hook or something, you got a number 1 hit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get what you're on that. His impact was crazy on that first album. You know what I'm saying?
So prayers up for DMX, man.
Yeah, man, definitely. Hopefully you get better, man. You know, because I think they were saying he was just about to start a new project, which sounded interesting. Because I forgot who they said was going to do the producing, but it wasn't somebody he had ever been with. So I was like, all right, this is an interesting little mix that we could see.
Right.
I don't know if it was Kanye. I don't think it was Kanye. It was somebody like that though.
I don't know, man, but I know he just did the verses. Then he just had with the lot, so he was definitely getting back. So hopefully he make out good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we can hear some new music from that.
Hell yeah. Well, we right about out of time. Hopefully we don't get cut off like we did last week.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody that's been tuning in. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram and Twitter on the Keep It a C-Note podcast.
Yeah. Hitting that Facebook page up. We love the responses. Get at us as much as you need to, but be ready because we coming back at you. Please believe.
Yeah, we definitely going to start responding to some of y'all stuff live on the show, like we did today with Vito. You know what I mean? We're going to do that more often because we got a couple cats that always debate with us on the social media. So we definitely going to plug them out.
Yeah, definitely, man. So y'all get at us. Keep hitting us up. My man Brown did it again, brother.
Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt. Everybody keep it a C-Note, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to come mess with us, man.
That's right.
Brown and Tone.
Tell them, my man, be good. I'll holler at you.
All right, bro.